This is Fletcher Travels. I'm going to take you today to 5 famous attractions known worldwide in London in just a matter of 30 minutes. Stay tuned so that when you visit London, you will be able to plan better how you're going to plan your itinerary for less hassle and more enjoyment on your part and your family. Come on, let's go. Do you recognize this landmark? If you do, you should be able to recognize it. This is world famous. So I recommend that you start your trip here. It's a good place to take your photo with the House of the Parliament as background. And oftentimes this is where you'll see most of the people who come to the UK. This is the picture that they most often show around Facebook and even in old photos. So I suggest that you don't miss out this area. Visit this first and have your picture taken with the House of the Parliament as background. During the filming of this video, the Big Ben clock tower is currently under renovation. At present, Big Ben is no longer under renovation. In order to make this voyage or journey realistic in just 30 minutes without just making a cutout of the places I visit, we're going to take the river ferry, a river cruise, which is just located in a wharf just below Big Ben. Did I say Big Ben? A snapshot of my face. Okay, so we're starting the journey now, and this is called the London Eye River Cruise, which is linked to the London Eye because it's just located underneath the London Eye. So there's a wharf underneath the London Eye where we're going to board the river cruise. I don't know if river cruise is related to Tom Cruise, but let's just see. Just to correct myself in the previous recording, the wharf is located underneath the London Eye, not Big Ben.
3, 2, 1.
Just as I'm about to start the cruise, suddenly it started to rain, and I hope it's not going to be very bad.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, the captain will give you full instructions. For your own safety, and in particular for any young children on board, please remain seated as much as possible.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard your one-way service is up and on sea. Arrival 3 hours and 30 minutes. Think about your tickets for your return journey on Southend on Sea. The next available boat will be at 7:30 p.m. I'm only joking, I saw you panicking. But hello, welcome aboard your last stage.com National Cruise Experience. If you're wondering where this very handsome voice is coming from, top end look behind you see me. Hello, my name is AJ. You might have seen me on some amazing TV shows. One of them was scanning your tickets. If you guys want to sit up here, you're more than welcome to, but I think you're crazy. But you must stay seated at all times, because if you look behind you, that is where our captain is. Do you stand up? He can't see Titanic times 2. We're gonna have a little wet experience. No smoking on this vessel, please, and no vaping for you cool hipsters. We do encourage as much bridge waving as possible, as the only time you'll get a 5-finger wave back instead of...
Is river cruise related to Tom Cruise? Let's just think of that. On the other hand, you can see now the House of the Parliament. This is the center of government of the entire United Kingdom and once the British Empire. And if you all know that the king or queen or the monarch, they reign, but the rule is from the people who elects a prime minister through our representatives. So they have their office here, they convene here, and they debate here. So the House of the Parliament has been reconstructed twice or thrice. First, it was burned during the Great Fire of London, and then again it was burned by an accident, and it was rebuilt, and then it might have just been rebuilt twice. But let's just do not put that in your permanent information because I might be wrong. The parliament was almost blown up together with the king, King James I, who preceded Queen Elizabeth I in a plot called the Gunpowder Plot, which was led by a guy named Guy Fawkes. And we celebrate the discovery of this plot and saving the king and the parliament on November 5. Remember the 5th of November. And poor Guy Fawkes. Then what you see right now is the Guy St. Thomas Hospital. And due to its close proximity to the House of Parliament and number 10 Downing Street, the Prime Minister, if he's ill, is going to be admitted here like Boris Johnson when he got COVID. And it's also in close proximity with Buckingham Palace, like a 20 minutes walk. So if the Queen or members of the royal family is there and they're ill, they might be sent to that hospital. So just a quick look back at the House of the Parliament. Guy St. Thomas Hospital was not founded by Guy Fawkes, alright? Guy Fawkes did not found Guy St. Thomas Hospital. We are approaching right now the Jubilee Walkway. It's not really of interest, but so just this walkway was built in the 1970s, around 1977, to commemorate, and it was opened by the Queen to commemorate the then Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee anniversary of her ascension to the throne. The Thames River was declared biologically dead around the 70s and the 60s. By the way, it's still raining hard, but we have already started the trip and we're going to finish this cruise no matter what. There's a lounge on the first level deck of this ship, but we came here for the London air and the London rain, so we'll persevere in this open deck. On the other hand, that tall building there that you see, that's an expensive apartment complex which costs around £5 million, and you can't even open the window. But yeah, that's an expensive apartment. We have mentioned that the River Thames was previously declared biologically dead, but after several years and decades of rehabilitation, biological life came back to the River Thames, and often you can see some dolphins here, some fishes and wildlife and birds. The dome that you see from afar is called St. Paul's Cathedral. This cathedral was built by and designed by Sir Christopher Wren, a famous British architect. So this is the cathedral where Princess Diana and Prince Charles was married. This is currently the seat of the bishop, the Anglican Bishop of London. Before the English Reformation, this was the seat of the Roman Catholic Archbishop or the Bishop of London. In our future travels, we are going to visit the St. Paul's Cathedral. If you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is a replica of the Globe Theatre. And actually, this is the spot where Shakespeare's Globe Theatre was built. Shakespeare became famous and was immortalized during the reign. He lived around the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. That part of London where Shakespeare's Globe Theatre was erected or built is the red light district of London back in the medieval ages around Queen Elizabeth's time. So if you are looking oh dear. Okay, going back. If back then during the medieval ages, during Queen Elizabeth the first time, and you'll be going to London or you live in London, and after visiting Shakespeare's play, you'd like to have some fun, that's the place to go. Like to drink and some other kind of fun. We've just passed under the London Bridge, the new bridge. This was the site of the famous London Bridge that was mentioned in the nursery rhyme, London Bridge is falling down. And we're looking at right now at the HMS Belfast, and on its background is the Tower of London. I'd like to correct myself. It's not the Tower of London, it's the Tower Bridge. It's the Tower Bridge, not the Tower of London. By the way, this cruiser that you're looking at right now is called the HMS Belfast. This is a museum ship. It was historical and significant in a way that it sank the formidable German battleship called not the Bismarck but the Scharnhorst, one of the Bismarck's sister. And it's haunted, this museum ship, and we will visit that in the future, so please subscribe to my channel, hopefully. And again, you're looking at the Tower Bridge
Yes,
right
we're
now.
now at Tower Bridge. We thought it was quite obvious by the name because it has towers, but there. The world's most photographed bridge. Sorry, San Francisco. Our bridge is better. There we go. There's a superstition here. They believe if you got away with anyone from this bridge, you got 5 years good luck in the vessel. So you top the best way in this photograph. See you. Yay! That's Sandra and Tim. Thank you. You paid them £10 now for that. But yes, this will be the last bridge that soldiers saw before going into battle. So all their mummies, all their grannies, all their loved ones, all the side chicks, all the deaths. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. But this bridge is actually super new. When it opened, it was in 1894. The original colour was chocolate brown because Queen Victoria loved chocolate. It was into the 1960s they decided to put the Union flag colours. If you were on this bridge and you're the person that makes the bridge open and close, you are considered a captain because this is licensed as a ship because it's moving mechanics over water. People think it's fully made out of stone, but it's not. The stonework is only for one layer to match the Tower of London to your right. If you take that away, it's just a steel and iron bridge. The towers are not needed, they added it just to make it look disgusting. And these were just pedestrian footpaths because the bridge used to open only 50 times a day. Now we're already open 3 times a year. Like I said, the stonework needs to be
Located in close proximity from the Tower Bridge is the Tower of London, a historic site in the United Kingdom where it was once a stronghold of the monarchy and the government here in England. And located where the arrow is pointing is the Traitor's Gate, wherein it's already sealed off, but back then it's directly connected to the river. So anyone seen entering the tower through this gate have by boat have never come out, and they were executed. The Tower of London is also considered to be one of the most haunted sites in the United Kingdom and in the world due to the violence connected to its history. Please check my videos featuring the Tower of London, and we'll also create more videos and we'll try to improve the quality featuring the Tower of London and some scary bits. And let's leave the Tower of London for the meantime and let's look at some other parts of London through this river cruise. So the pointed building that you keep seeing, that building is called the Shard. It's currently owned by the Qatar government. Their investment group, and it's home to posh restaurants and apartment buildings, which we will be visiting in the future. On the opposite side of the River Thames is this wonky looking tower or skyscraper is called 20 Fenchurch, and on the top deck of the tower is located the highest botanical garden in the world, which you can visit for free. The monument that you are seeing that we're zooming in is a monument commemorating the Great Fire of London. It is the place or near it where the Fire of London started. We are now passing underneath the London Bridge, wherein it was rebuilt around the 60s into a brutalist minimalist design. But this used to be the place of the famous nursery rhyme, London Bridge is falling down, and that interesting looking bridge that it was, which has already crumbled long time ago. The River Thames is not really recommended for swimming because aside from its cold, the current is quite strong, which will endanger any human life. And I was really happy that the rain has finally subsided. And going back, I have mentioned that the River Thames was considered biologically dead, and through rehabilitation, you can see right now. I'd like to correct myself. You can't see it, but it was observed by experts and biologists that wildlife and fishes have started to come back and being caught in the Thames River. And there is one video which is being shown around the internet about an alleged monster. It's either a sea serpent or it looks like the Loch Ness monster, which was caught on video and is spreading in the internet, and it was even featured in an American TV show, Paranormal Caught on Video, in the Travel Channel. We are approaching right now the old Battersea Power Station. This was shut down around the 1980s to reduce smog here in London. But this was previously the Battersea Power Station, and It was converted now into a museum, one of the largest museum in the world. It's an art museum, and it's called Tate Modern Museum. On the top of this museum, there is a bar which serves liquor and cocktails. I felt very cold right now, but going back to what we were talking about, you're looking at the bridge. This is called the Millennium Bridge. It's a foot bridge built in the 2000s, and you can see this being featured in the movie, the last installment of the movie franchise, Harry Potter. They have the chase here while on the brooms. And this was also famous because this bridge was, after being built, had some instability issues wherein it wobbles and it moves a lot. And this was finally solved by NASA. So it took NASA to solve the problem. And you can find this article in the internet and in Wikipedia and some channels like Discovery channels. And if you will look, it's connected or directly in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. So if you will visit St. Paul's Cathedral, you can perhaps also walk on that bridge, and that's what I'm planning right now, to have a video of me taken on that bridge and reminisce the movie Harry Potter. So this bridge that we're looking right now is a train station, the whole bridge itself. And this is called the Waterloo train station, like in the song. Waterloo, Waterloo, by ABBA. So we're almost nearing the end of our river cruise. Please hang on. So if you're curious what this construction is, this is the Victorian era water treatment station in London, and they're upgrading this because the Victorian era was around the 18th century and early 19th century, and now it's 2025, so it should be upgraded. And I was wondering about the silt and the mud that they have excavated, whether it contains any gold items, ancient coins, and valuable antiques, because here in London, mudlarking, when the tide is low here at the riverbanks of the Thames, people find lots of rare items ranging from gold coins and even artifacts dating back to the Roman Empire, because London was established by the Romans when they occupied and invaded England. About mudlarking is defined as you go on the mud and you scour the silt looking for any items of value. And due to the potential of people having great finds by doing the mudlarking side hustle, the city of London have decided that you can't do mudlarking without registering to them, or else you'll be fined or arrested if someone reports you or you get caught. And I don't recommend that you go mudlarking if you're a tourist here in London, because I'm not afraid that you will get caught, but I'm just worried about your safety, wherein if you will go mudlarking, you need to be familiar of the terrain, of the area, of the river that you're going to do the mud lurking, and the tides can change quickly and it might endanger your life. So I don't want something to happen to you guys. So please avoid doing that if you visit London, unless you go with a pro. And professional mud lurkers often would like to keep their locations where they tend to find the hoard or those expensive trinkets that they get from the river mud. Those people would like to keep it a secret where they tend to find those things often, because if it will be discovered, they're afraid that people will come in flock to the area where they usually find those trinkets. And if there are lots of people scanning the area where they usually find their trinkets, this competition that will arrive will lessen their chances of finding rare items. We're approaching now the Cleopatra's Needle. The Cleopatra's Needle is an obelisk which was imported from Egypt when Egypt was under British rule. It's a good thing that this was brought here because it was preserved in a way from the wars that ravaged the area back then. This was called Cleopatra's Needle. However, the inscriptions in this obelisk was made during the reign of King or Pharaoh Thutmose, which is around 3,000 to 2,500 years old. The building that you see from afar is called the Charing Cross Station. It is often mistaken as the MI6 headquarters or building. The building that you see is called the Ministry of Defense, and this has inspired J.K. Rowling's Ministry of Magic. On the opposite bank, you can see the London Eye. The Ministry of Defense, basing on its name, is in charge for the defense and the military of the United Kingdom and also the MI6. And going back to the London Eye was built in the year 2000 to celebrate the new millennium. The London Eye is also called the Millennium Eye because of its close proximity to the Ministry of Defense. The Ministry of Defense was opposed to the building of the London Eye because they're afraid that spies from other governments will ride the Ferris wheel and spy using cameras the documents in the Ministry of Defense. The court ruled out that they just need to put curtains on their windows. The court sided then for the building of the London Eye, and that's how the London Eye was built. That's visiting 5 London attractions in just 30 minutes.
Wait lang, wait lang. Wanda na lang. Yung ganda.
Shaminamina, waka waka, shaminamina sakalegwa, anawa, kawaka, shamina sakalegwa, anawa, rika.
Picture ka, Fletch.
Sige. Shaminamina, waka waka, shaminamina sakalegwa, anawa, shaminamina, waka waka, shaminamina sakalegwa. This is Africa. Thank you for watching my video, and please like and subscribe.